Let me explain statutory and regulatory requirement. Now, statutory and regulatory requirements are also referred to as legal requirements. When we talk about legal requirements for quality management system, our focus will go to those legal requirements which has got bearing on the quality of products and services and related to operation. Now, how the standard defines statutory requirement in clause number 3.6.6 in ISO 9000 2015 is defined as obligatory requirement specified by a legislative body. Legislative body means ministerial authorities, governmental bodies. So a requirement which is enforced by a legislative body. For example, Environmental Protection Authority's requirement with regard to an operation of a company, exhaust emission, sound level, noise level, discharge of wastes, for example. Some of these could be product related. For example, if an organization is producing pressure vessel in US, you have to comply with ASME code requirements that is specified by legal law. If it is in India, it is IBR, Indian Boiler Regulation, things like that. Now, what is regulatory requirement? Regulatory requirement is obligatory requirement specified by an authority mandated by a legislative body. This is exactly what I am saying. For example, ASME is a body in US which is a professional body. Now, this body is basically specifying requirements for pressure vessel. So their requirement has been given a legal status by US governmental respected agencies. So this is called a regulatory requirement. So obligatory requirements specified by an authority mandated by a legislative body. Now the point is, do not get into the nitty-gritties of what is regulated, what is statutory. Important is legal requirements. All the requirements which has got legal implication must be complied with and must be demonstrated that the organization is in compliance with the requirement. Now, let me give you an example of a legal requirement. For example, noise level shall be below some decibel, which is say criteria 60 decibel. Legal authority is Environmental Protection Authority. Now, status of compliance identified by the organization if they are in compliance. So you have to see as an auditor, they have identified them and they are in compliance. And who is responsible? The top management, because noise level and all these kind of things are part of operational resources, is the infrastructure they need to have. So infrastructure is built or provided by the top management. So the responsibility here we have identified, say, as top management. Now, exhaust gas shall be checked after engine tuning up work or engine work. When the vehicle servicing is done for engine and other components, then the engine exhaust emission has to be tested. And this is the requirement. So carbon monoxide has got a percentage, whatever percentage given by the local regulation, which may vary in different country. Hydrocarbon, Y parts per million. And again, Environmental Protection Authority, because the vehicle going out on the road will cause pollution if the emissions are not controlled properly. Even though it's a quality of service, the requirement in this case is Environmental Protection Authority. They are in compliance. Who is doing? Operations manager. Damaged vehicle need RTA approval before repair. A vehicle that comes for repair, the vehicle might have met with a serious accident before they bring it to the garage for the repair. So the RTA, Regional Transport Authority requirement is that if there is a vehicular damage which looks like collision damage, the vehicle must have an RTA permit before they can undertake the repair. If they don't do it, the garage will be in non-conformity against legal compliance obligations. So they cannot take the repair, do the repair until they have got the permit from the RTA. And who is responsible? The customer service manager. So before they take it, they have to check that there is no vehicular damage. So this is what is all about legal requirement, which is statutory and obligatory requirement. Now, as an auditor, as a quality management system auditor or safety management system auditor or environmental management system auditor, we don't have to get into auditing the legal compliance because we are not the authority. As an auditor, we have to see that they have got a process, for example, what we have explained now, to identify what is applicable, and they have got a process to ensure conformity and compliance to this requirement. Someone is responsible, they have identified it, there is a periodicity given, the criteria is identified, and they declare that they are in compliance to the requirement, and with the identified people are responsible for that. So as an auditor, we like to see that this legal compliance register is updated and retained.